Sudan. Let's see how those people actually, for whatever reason, we don't have a clear border, so probably they have some disputes, as you can see here in the south part of the country, but doesn't matter. Population, first of all, is like 52 million people and rising. So yeah, that's bad news, I would say. Well, it's they categorize as a North African country. They have an opening to the Red Sea here, so it's going to be interesting to see how things are going out for them. Well, they have a direct route to the oil and gas supply, so yeah, transportation on that part of the world. So we could do pretty well, I would say. Let's see the desert, how it looks. We have a 360 here, but I highly doubt that we're gonna have some interesting information. Yeah, not even from there. Shame on you, whoever put that 360 there. What else we can see? They have some sort of a decent, I would say. What is that? Oh, it's an island. Okay. They have some sort of a decent 360, I would say, but not even close. I mean, I know street views, no something like that. So clearly it's more likely, I would say, very underdeveloped infrastructure of the internet. Let's call it like that, at least from what I'm seeing here. So yeah, roads also are pretty good. I mean, yeah, they have some cracks in them, but still looking pretty sharp, I would say. I kind of like it. Let's see what else can we find here. Yeah, local architecture, I don't think it's gonna have something extremely important to say. For whatever reason, when I see those fences each and there, it looks bad. It's just the way it is. It's expensive and it's a waste of material. I'm kind of surprised, and to be honest, why no government intervene in this type of waste. It's gonna be interesting to see that. No, the government just say you're gonna waste too much materials on what is this? I don't think it's from there. Yeah, definitely. You waste too much material on the fences, and those materials pretty much you could build many houses if you count for the entire country. And yeah, that'll be interesting to see. A lot of concrete, a lot of steel that you can actually use to build houses and not fences. But for that, you need to have like a low crime rate, I would say. But in US, it's not that low, as we can see, and they still don't build that many fences, at least not from concrete and steel. So yeah, I mean, it's a waste of material. Here it looks like more like dirt, but we're gonna see probably when you go in the main towns, we're gonna see a different story. Then you're gonna build probably from, like I say, concrete and steel. We have some guys here looking from the sky, probably from the drone. They butchered some sort of a camel here, probably. Wow, look at this, how they make them. First of all, I want to see what they make them exactly. Look at this. Small parts, very careful put on this white cloth. It is quite interesting, I have to say. What else we have here? We have a donkey and we have some water, I guess. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's interesting. Probably it's a camel. I don't know. It looks like a huge animal, but I'm not sure. It looks like a camel to me. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I kind of like it, this picture. See? It really does something. It speaks out. But yeah, as you can see here, they have some sort of a green in some area, clearly agricultural land here, I would say, but not something extremely developed. They have the Nile, which is also pretty good, pretty interesting. So they have like some sort of security, water security, let's call it like that. Here they preparing to, I don't know, make a new city, who knows. This is from 2022. Those guys are on the break here. Well, I'm not sure exactly it's from there, but if it's that from there, but I highly doubt that they build very fast. Which again, I highly doubt that. Judging from above, the satellite images just shows that things are not going that well here, as you can see. Yeah, I don't think we can compare this thing with, let's say, the American suburbs that lately a lot of people just try to... Okay, I get it, it's not the best way to live, but comparing with this, that's heaven. That's really heaven comparing with this. What else we have here? Let's go... This is the capital, right? Okay, keep in mind, 50 million people in this country, so not a small population. The country is huge, but most of the people are gonna live in small areas. And I don't think you're gonna see a really, really nice city top to bottom. So yeah, probably always gonna have like good parts of the city, like I said, the rich people live, and then the bad ones, and so on and so on. So yeah, let's see some sort of a street view, not so much. 360 a bit better, but not again that much. Okay, I already see a problem. Barbed wire, it's a problem. Bars on the doors, it's a problem. Bars on the windows, it's another problem. Things are not looking that well. Just saying. Where they put those cars inside from this gate, it looks way too small for a car like this. And how they turn the car to put in that... I mean, I get it, look at it, the space, it is a problem, but still... Wow, I bet this is garbage. I'm willing to bet that those are garbage there. Wow, it does look bad. It does look really bad. 50 million people. Why there are so many people if things are that bad? Oh. And you can think like Europeans just say, European Unions, like from the environment perspective, you cannot cross the river with a car and stuff like that. And they're just washing the car in a river here. Oh, look at the differences it is. Here we cannot even step on the river if you are like, I don't know, some sort of ecological biodegradable boots. And here you just can pretty much dump whatever you have in a truck in the river. In the river. Yeah, that's a way too different. I mean, both of them are fucked up, I would say, but yeah, it just shows like on one side you can we need to, I would say, protect the environment, but on the other side, like the European Union does, overprotecting the environment is just pretty much destroy the humanity, the population. So yeah, both methods are very bad, but unfortunately, with European Union, we have to wait a bit more to pretty much, hopefully, dissolve themselves. And they're already on the path to destroying themselves, so it's not going to take that much longer. Wow. Architecture here again. Look at this, those fences. I would say this is concrete, but yeah, I think it's concrete. The house, I see those bricks. Every time I see those small bricks, just shows that a low-income country. It does look bad. I mean, look at this. There's dirt everywhere, not a tree. I mean, this is small trees, but not that much. I'm not sure what is that. Probably some paint. It looks bad. I mean, it's just really bad. Really, really bad. It does look like hell to me. I mean, this is pretty much how you can imagine hell. Look at this interesting architecture here, or let's say interesting urbanization. It does look bad. I mean, not sure exactly what those guys doing there, but still looking bad, or whatever they're doing there. Yeah, it's a poor country, but I don't think it's a huge problem because we see poor countries so far. It's the way they living there is the bad way. We see poor countries living pretty decent, and rich country living pretty much fucked up. If you are in the middle, usually it's not a good place to be. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of done with those countries, to be honest. I make those videos for so long, and I make so many. I said I'm gonna make every single country, and I'm doing that, but it starts to take their toll on me. I would say it's just all I wanted to just finish as fast as possible. I just don't go in these parts, not even with the street views and Google anytime soon. Maybe never. Who knows? In these parts of the world, it looks so bad, and it's just I don't want to ever go here. I'm waiting patiently, I would say, to finish these African countries, then finish pretty much the rest of the Europe, so I can actually see a bit more civilized countries. And then I still want to go in every state of the United States. So yeah, that's gonna be even a better series of videos, I would say. Yeah, here is just poverty. I mean, again, you have to take those steps. You want to evolve, you want to improve your economy, but at least I would say for countries like this that have a small economy, with the technology that we have now, at least they should advance very, very fast. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that. That's nice. Look at this. Clean, no garbage, green. That's a nice part of it right there. They should advance really fast. I mean, like, see the improvement in your life, like 10% more better than last year, something like that. Even economy 10% better. Everything has to be 10%. In 10 years, you're just pretty much living way, way better than you're ever gonna hope in your lifetime. So that would be an improvement in my opinion. Otherwise, anything less than that is just pretty much is not worth it for them. The the jump from a tribal way of life to this industrialized cities, in my opinion, it's just it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, here is just the word is cheap and bad taste, I would say. I mean, it's just, oh, look at the colors. They're everywhere. I'm not sure exactly what's supposed to be here. It's some sort of hotel or maybe, I don't know, but bad looking, bad taste, bad design, bad quality, bad everything. Again, I don't choose the good spots, the bad spot. I'm just going randomly. Now, they plant some trees. That's nice. I'm going randomly on the map. God knows we're gonna find it. And you can see they have some 360s here, but not that much. So let's go on the coastline and make sure I don't go outside the country. Probably is this one. Hopefully I'm not going outside. Let's go just a bit here further. Red Sea is looking very nice, but let's see how they manage. Oh God, not so great. I mean, it does look bad. They have some sort of a photo shoot here, I would say. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you're gonna shoot here in this environment, but for whatever reason, probably it's like a high attraction here. It's just, if that is the best you can have, then you don't have that much, to be honest. They have some, I don't know, maybe some oil and gas storage here. They have a ship here that's coming, so yeah. It is bad. It's, I don't think it's as bad as it can be, but I mean, I am curious when you're gonna see the numbers in population. Probably it's gonna be the same African story, the huge increase in population in the last 50, 70 years, 80 years, 100 years. And it's not gonna show signs of slowing down. But yeah, it does. I mean, judging by, look at this, by the layout of those cities, clearly they are made in the last 100 years. Straight lines, it's pretty much a modern invention of the urbanization. A lot of cars here, God knows what traffic they have here. It just looks absolutely impossible. So I don't have that much high hopes for nice architecture, obviously. But at least good design roads, I would say. That I would like to see, but yeah, it's not gonna happen, let's face it. In the mountains, yeah, I don't think they have this bathroom there, but again, whoever put this there, shame on you. The bathroom looks pretty extremely basic. At least it's clean, which I like it, but it's extremely basic. I mean, it's just not even a window there, for God's sake. What else can we find here? I mean, in Saudi Arabia, you have much more street views and 360. So, and when I go there, I thought it's like, oh, not that many. And now I realize that they're actually pretty good number of them comparing with the rest of the world, especially in Africa. Yeah, with Europe and the Western world, not even compete with. I mean, look at this. Just fully covered, absolutely fully covered in Europe. Here in third world countries, well, good luck with that, I would say. So I think we see quite a lot. Again, I'm looking forward to finish those continents as fast as possible because it's just, I'm kind of done with it. And I have a lot of countries to do. So yeah, it's a lot of pain that I have to go through. But again, it is what it is. Let's go with the numbers, for God's sake. Let's see how things are going there. How bad or how good it is. Okay. So 52 million people, as you can see, and yeah, clearly by the curve, they're going up very fast, but the growing rate is pretty much all over the place. So that would be interesting, but still very high. But look at this. 1955. In this part of the world, in this region, in this land, we have 7.1 million people living, which is a pretty good number. The economy is very bad, obviously, in 1955. The land, not exactly very welcoming, but for that land, 7.1 seems pretty manageable, I would say. With 3% increase rate at 200,000 people per year, minus 2,000 migration, and median age around 16 years old, Fertility rate, one of those nonsense, 6.7 almost. And the density, well, like 4 people per square mile, per square kilometer, which is okay. Urban population, 7.8%. See, when I say that those, you can find one, those cities, as you can see here, they will be, all this neighborhood, whatever, they were built very recently because they're in a straight lines. It just shows you don't build that much for 7.1 million people. So yeah, in the last 80 years, 100 years, let's call it, they were built, most of them. So yeah. Now, fast forward to 2025, watch this. 51 million people in this land with 2.4 increase rate. That will be translating 1.2 million people every single year. So every year you have 1.2 million people increase in that country. As you can see, they have migration, this one on plus 291, but 2024 was minus 500,000, 2023 minus 1.3 million. So some of those people, you can see they come back, but if you don't take those numbers, you're gonna see pretty much migration start from 1985 on minus, exception, one exception, 2015. Again, those numbers are not exactly that accurate. The only numbers that you can the only thing you can take from this one is, well, like there were 7.1 million in 1955. Now there are 51 million people. So clearly, the increase rate is absolutely huge. Median age right now it's 18 years old, and fertility rate manageable, 4.2, but still pretty high. Density now, look at this, from 4 people per square kilometer to 29 people. So it's a huge increase. Urban population, not so much. They say only 35% of the population living in an urban area, but I don't know, you don't call this urban? I mean, when you have those, everybody just jamming together, even though you might be outside the main city. I'm not sure exactly if they can see. Okay, this is the city probably, but come on, let's face it. You have people, I don't know, a bit, let's say, look at this, cross the line, this one, cross the line of the city, at least when they manage, and you still have pretty much the same architecture, the same urban areas. I mean, you can call it this countryside, and especially in these ones. Yeah, it could be a different city or whatever, but I assume that they have overlapping at some point and some gap in others. So I don't think they count that. So probably the urban population, it's much bigger than 35% of the population. But again, let's take those numbers for whatever reason. 2050, oh my God, look at this. It's insane. Population is gonna grow to 85 million people. And I have a feeling by the end of the century, definitely they're gonna go above, definitely gonna go, not even end of century, probably like, I don't know, 2075. They're gonna go above 100 million people. So you can see how insane it is. They already got 10x population from 1955 to 2050, more than 10x population. And then they go for 100 million. It's insane. It's insane to just think about it. Just like, let's say they were like 10 million people in 1965. And in 2065 is going to be 100 million people. It's insane, in my opinion, but it is what it is. Yearly change back in 2050 is going to be 1.7%. That will be 1.3 million people. So still above 1 million for sure from now on. That's it. You're going to see those numbers going up, and up. Migrants minus 76. That's a drop in a bucket comparing with how much increased population they have. I'm surprised they're not even more than that, but who knows what are the real numbers. Median age around 24. So again, they start to go a bit older, but not that much, let's face it. Fertility rate, now much more manageable, 3. Still a lot. Especially comparing with Western countries. But probably by the next century, you're gonna see again some sort of those unsustainable population, unsustainable fertility rate. Let's say unsustainable population, it's already done. They already have that. But fertility rate, they're gonna see. But again, they're gonna have the technology. They're gonna have way different environment than the Western world has right now. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna cope with that. Although they still have, like I say, even today they have, we have much more technology. They didn't use it. They're using, so they're not jumping on that wagon. So yeah, who knows? Maybe they're not gonna have that much impact on them. Density. Oh my God, look at this. 48 people per square kilometers, from 4 to 48. Yeah, that's pretty good for the real estate market, I would say. And urban population around 50%. God knows, those are really, I think like today it's more than 50%, but who knows. Life expectancy, it's very high, I would say. 66 years old for both sexes, 70 for males, 63 from males. So females with 70 doing pretty well, and males with 63, I would say it's just 3 years more than it's supposed to be for a really good man life. But again, they are pretty good numbers. Infant mortality rate 36.6 and death under age of 5, 52. Those are high numbers, I'm always gonna say that, but in the same time, they're dropping. As you can see, they're improving in that department. So that's pretty good, I would say. That's interesting to see. Having even this in these environments, they're doing a pretty good job, pretty decent job. Now, pyramid, as you can see, demographics not so bad. I mean, they have a strong base. They have, yes, some male surplus population, as you can see, by the age of 30. Then they go in a small female surplus population, and then they're gonna end with a male surplus population, which is weird because you're supposed to already have females that live longer than males, and usually what is in pretty much any other country, you're gonna see the female surplus population by the end of the life. Here, for some reason, it's males. I'm not sure exactly how accurate this one it is, but there is information. Every time when I go on the Wikipedia page and I see, in the economic section of the country, and I see this picture like this, usually it just show me that they're not a strong economy just by that. Just that picture, I don't see the numbers. I see that it's bad. It's just the way it is bad. But let's see the numbers, and it's bad. 31 billion US dollars in 2025, which is clearly a forecast. 31 billion for how many people? 52 million and growing, keep in mind. And PPP around 117 billion US dollars, still extremely small. And look at this, even worse than that. GDP growth, minus 2.5%, minus 20%, minus 23%, and minus 0.4%. So they're just bouncing back. Extremely bad. Extremely bad. Comparing with that, it's still the population is going up at a tremendous rate. I mean, 2022, how many people there were in 2022? Just before 2020, just before pandemic. Let's go with that. In the pandemic here was like 46 million people, and now there are 51. So you can see they add 5 million people just like that. Bam, like more than 10% just in a few years. It cannot end well, I'm telling you that. Agriculture by sectors. Now agriculture is 40%. Yeah, that's why it's bad. Industry 2.6%, so just pretty much doesn't exist. And services 56%. God knows what services they have there. Inflation 81%. God knows how they can afford to buy anything there. This was 2020, by the way. We have unemployment rate. Wow, pretty good. Look at this. 2017 19%, and 2020 they just stopped probably taking numbers after that. 25%, or who knows. By these metrics now it's supposed to be like 50% of the country unemployed or something like that. Yeah, it's insane. But again, it is what it is. Yeah, if they're using this as farmers, they don't do that well. Corruption. Well, let's see how bad it is. I mean, how bad it could be. It's corruption, it's everywhere. So let's see where they situate themselves. So let's go with Sudan. Where are they on this map? Sudan, 15 points and then dropping 8 points. So yeah, things are not going well for them. They're one of those most perceived as more corrupt countries. You can see in Africa and pretty much all over the world. It's bad. It's bad. The economy is bad. The population is going up. Corruption is high. Bad. As bad as it can be. So what else can you find here? They speak Arabic and English, which is pretty good. They're official languages. What else can we find here? Yeah, they are Sunni Islam, okay, and 3% Christians, not that much. Foundation, wow, look at this, 2,500. 500 BC. Long time ago, and from that long time they didn't learn anything. So yeah, things are not going back good there. It's just is I don't want to say it's impossible to recover, but it seems to look like that. Yeah, the land is nice. I mean, it looks pretty good, especially if you don't look at the local architecture. They have deserts, they have an opening to the Red Sea, I'm sure, which is looking pretty nice. They have a lot of things. They have the Nile River. They have a lot of things that's interesting to... Yeah, this guy just threatening this guy with a gun. They have a lot of things there that interesting to explore, I would say, if there are absolutely no human, because clearly the crime right there, it's pretty high. Judging by those barbed wires and bars on the windows, things are not looking that great for them. But let's say for some reason, look at this, just you delete everything human made and all the humans, and you just judge by the land. The land is pretty nice. You can say the land is not that bad. It's just the humans there kind of pretty much spoil it, I would say. Otherwise, okay, they have camels, which is pretty nice. They have a lot of interesting things, but the way that they try, I don't think they try to push forward the civilization that they have, to improve the conditions. And we see that, I mean, with every state, you're gonna go up and fail, you're gonna go up and fail. You learn something, you push a bit forward the next time, a push forward next time, and you move and move. That's how the West done it. But the West is the West, and United States, the Europe it's Europe, and the rest of the world is the rest of the world. So they don't share the same values. So you don't have the same values, the same way of life. You can use the same system to copy the West and hopefully it's gonna go well, because it doesn't. As you can see here, it doesn't go well, and I don't think it's gonna improve that much in the next, like I say, 50 years. So probably by the end of the century, look at this, barbed wire everywhere, bars, looking bad. I don't know if it's like gunshots here, whatever it is here. The infrastructure, I mean, the street, the pavement of the streets is just pretty much missing altogether. No, so I mean, probably they have water running, but clearly no sewage. They have a palm tree there, which is pretty nice, but that's probably the only nice things about this. The entire picture here is that palm tree. That's it. Everything else is fucked up. Every single thing here I can see, just this is not how supposed to live. Like I say, probably like 300, 400, 500 years ago, they lived better than they're living right now. I would say, just at least visually, probably they live in a better environment, better landscape. Because this one, it seems like from a page from hell. It does look that bad. It does look that bad. So yeah, I think that's Sudan. If you are lucky enough to get born there, yeah, good luck with that. If you're not, then when you are born in the West, just say thank you, because you could be in a much worse position. And even here, like I said, we're still in a worse position, but we like to complain. But it could be worse. It could be way worse than everybody could ever believe. So yeah, that was Sudan. Again, if you are living, I see that when I post a video in a country, it's usually a lot. I don't have that much views. I have like, I don't know, 10 views per video, but most of the views are from that country, which would be nice to hear from you. If you have a comment, just tell us how things are there, how things are going. It is that bad. Maybe I miss all the good parts, and for some reason I just find the bad parts. Who knows? It's gonna be interesting to have an opinion, and somebody who living there, just leave a comment and say how things are there. Otherwise, I guess we'll never know the local point of view. So yeah, that was the video. See you next time, and check the other videos.